I want to show you guys something cool. This here is the large Corner Waterfalls 001. There's a big story behind that, and what's cool is we just walked down our walkway. We're going up the deck, and while we're walking up the different deck steps, we have this real cool waterfall. Now what is neat about this is when I first wanted to put this in, and I do a lot of my waterfall planning in the winter because it's dangerous, and we're in Ohio, you can't do a whole lot, so you start to think of all different things, and that's where your mind starts to wander a little bit to do these cool things. But when I first wanted to put this in here, I had really no place to put it. I mean, I did, but I didn't want to put it in the backyard. I wanted to showcase it out here in the front. But anyways, the couple places that I wanted to put it on the deck, it just wasn't going to work, and no matter how many times I measured, it still wasn't going to work. So to be a little more creative outside being in the typical landscaper of putting it in the garden or the backyard, I made a sub deck off of my deck, and I kind of came out and put a nice sturdy platform, and I built around it, meaning I got the rain chains down below. I made some flower pots in the wood where I have some geraniums. I used some of these real special pot rocks. Those are, because they match up in there. It's not that the whole thing is a rock, but it adds a dimension to it with the flowers and plants coming out. And then behind it, it's a corner which goes right up there. Fits really neat right where I come out of the door, and right up above it we have the gorilla, which makes it nice. We have the different plants and stuff and so forth. But on this one here, it's one heck of a nice rock formation, meaning that this rock formation, it comes from a real rock, and then from there the casting is brought back and turned into one heck of a awesome rock waterfalls for any place in the yard. And basically what the whole entire meaning behind this is, when you have artificial rocks, you can do a lot more than just putting them in the landscape and the dirt and stuff like real rock. You can really design and create a lot of your different things around it. Now with this waterfall, what makes it pretty nice is behind here it is open, and I'll show it back here. And this is a self-contained unit, and which means the waterfall and the pond are together. But behind here it has 3 different valves, and whenever you're working with different levels, and this has 3 different outlets, you have to do the valve in different, you might have to close one a little bit more than the other to get the flows that you want. Another thing that I did do is put a log going across. This is another special log that we have. It's an artificial log. I just love them because whenever you see waterfalls, if you get your hiking stick and shoes and go out into nature, there's always logs going across the pond or across a waterfall, and that's what we have here. It just adds a little bit more. What else makes a garden? Of course, it's your plants. We have some mandeville going over the side. That's a climbing one. We also have one down below. We have the caladium, also the Boston fern. What else brings a waterfall garden together is your knick-knack paddywhackers. They're your statues and your figurines. We have 4 of them here. We have a couple of the turtles, a couple of alligators. So when you look down here and see this is creative stuff. And I've had people say, well, I don't have enough room. Hey, don't make me come over. I'll find room wherever you live to put anything in there. And as you can see here, this is basically the start of my water garden, the hub coming up to the house. Because when I look here, it's just waterfall after waterfall all the way down to the street. You look over to the side, in the distance there's the grotto, and over to the left of that is our woodland. And on this deck here, it's just more waterfalls. So when you look at a waterfall, true waterfall garden, what do we get? We get tons of ideas, and we get themes, and we get a lot of creative ideas, especially with these artificial rocks. So I just want to leave you off with this. And down below, we brought the garden to life with sort of a gnome garden. So when you look down and you see the different gnomes, you come up to the next level, you got the rain chains, you might have some orchids, Then you come to the next level, you have your plants, we have geraniums, then you have the massive waterfalls in the corner.